Reykjavik Declaration, the heads of states encouraged the establishment of a new intergovernmental committee on the environment and human rights, the Reykjavik Committee. How is the Committee of Ministers following up on this statement? What steps have already been taken? How is the progress? And what is the timeline for this process? Further, can you promise this Assembly that you will do everything that lies within your competences to defend fundamental human rights of the Armenian people exiled from Nagorno-Karabakh?
Thank you, Bjarni. Madam Secretary General.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think it's right that all your questions somehow are linked with our Reykjavik summit, and the last question coming from you representing Icelandic, also Iceland as a leader of Icelandic delegation, is not by chance that you ask this question and that you ask about the environment. Indeed, at Reykjavik, our leaders were very clear that there should be a progress and strong commitment to harness the Council of Europe efforts on human rights and environment. I know that throughout our spectrum of institutions of the Council of Europe, not only the court, but also others have dealt with this issue, and I think we are just now also, court is having some very interesting hearings on some of the issues linked with environment and human rights. And that actually is also what the leaders were discussing. Do we need a new protocol to the European Convention? Do we need another separate convention? Or what is the way to approach the issue? But one thing our leaders were certain was that the human rights and environment and climate change are intertwined, and that we need to step up our work. So, on your question on the committee, at this moment, the Committee of Ministers is intergovernmental sector is working on two lines. One is indeed the steering committee on human rights, which is dealing with issues pertaining to the feasibility of a future instrument to be decided upon on that. So the work, the negotiations are actually starting. And the committee is due to have to come back with an answer on feasibility by June next year. So by June next year, we will know what the feasibility says, what would be the most appropriate for Council of Europe to have as a new instrument dealing with this issue. At the same time, there is an action taken with the Convention on Protection of the Environment through criminal law, and on these negotiations will start next week. So there will be, I hope, by some time, although the issues are very complex and the scale of challenge is very big, that we will have in the next year or two decision on both a convention on this new convention on environment and criminal through criminal law, and also the one on what we do to better protect human rights with regard to climate change. In what concerns your second question, which when you ask me to do whatever is in my capacity to protect Armenians who have fled, unfortunately, from their place they live for years, for hundreds of years. Already by now, my special representative is on the way to Armenia. With, of course, with consent with Armenian authorities. She will map the needs of those people, because they are over 100,000, almost all, unfortunately, left from Karabakh. And we will certainly, when coming back, we will devise the plan how to assist so immediately these people who are there. But of course, there is a bigger question to see when and how these people should return home, because I think no one wants to be a refugee, no one wants to leave the place where you were born or your ancestors are born. So I think throughout this Council of Europe, we should pay attention to that and do whatever we can to allow these people to go back. And of course, on the side of Azerbaijan, I hope soon to be able to send a mission from the Secretariat that will talk to Azerbaijani authorities and see how, from what is their assessment of the situation in Azerbaijan, but also with this I call on Azerbaijan, as I did in our joint committee, to really apply the European Convention on Human Rights fully, because everyone around the Council of Europe space is entitled to enjoy all freedoms and rights enshrined in the European Convention on Human Rights. So I think if we work on all those fronts, then Armenians will be hopefully very soon safe to go back to their homes.